My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train. Random Clan, and Covenant rank 12. Major bosses now have increased health. So we get a good combo. Melting Remnant awoken. Well, it's... And Seraph the Chase as well, so they purge Spike. Well, this is not excellent. The hammered chest plates there. Okay. So do I benefit from a bunch of extra draw? And if I do, what am I doing with it? Or do I super heal the sentient in the early? Honestly, probably the extra draw. So the sentient here isn't like core to my build. It is a lot of extra draw while I'm setting up my build as early as I can. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes. Entombed Explosive does kill the armed protector, but the discipled foot soldier isn't going to kill it by itself. I guess I did give 3 extra health to all of my units, so they can all survive 1 stack of spikes. Okay. Do I throw 2 dregs down here? No, I don't. Or do I? I'm gonna want dregs behind the sentient later. Just anything buffed behind the sentient, honestly. Unfortunately, a dreg on the top line isn't gonna get this kill, because if we play anything there, it'll be dazed. Well, at least this gets most of them. Save the discipled foot soldier. But if I give you... Hang on. No, even giving you damage isn't going to help. Let's go train steward drag. Let's take out the front liner there. And I think I will steel enhance the sentient, because ultimately I'm going to need to steel enhance it a few times here. Because I guess that's my boss strategy. Is to power up that sentient as much as I can. If I could take out that discipled foot soldier in the back line, things would be so much better here. Is 3 extra health going to make a difference right now? Because if not, I need train stewards on the next floor, so I'm actually going to have to figure this out. Okay, so sentient, we just take 10 per round, right? So 3 extra makes no difference. It does give us 2 extra draw next turn, but I'd rather get the sentients down. Okay. Then let's go 1, 2. I'll throw out a weight of contrition. Honestly, not being able to get them below 30 there, sorry, below 20 was really annoying, because it meant that I took, 8 extra damage there. Otherwise, I would have only taken 18. Rough. That's a very early glimmer. Saves us from a lot of the AoE problems that we'd already be having. Draff. I mean, Draff is a really good target for the steel enhancer. It's just I'd have to find a way to keep it alive. Okay. With the early... Oh, there's a Remnant unit over this side. So Remnant unit over this side, we'd be looking for the Lady of the Reform to try and keep the Draff alive. That's about it, honestly. Over here, we'd be looking for Glimmer upgrades. I'm going to go for this. Double stack. And nothing good to double stack. But we will plus 10 magic power a Glimmer. Reduce the cost of an Ember Stone and then reroll. Didn't get holdover. That's okay though. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna throw that on both of those. And maybe start aggressively removing cards, like the restores. Just want to get to the Glimmer as constantly as I can. In the early game, that Glimmer is going to carry me, but it's not going to do anything against bosses. And that's our big problem. We need a way to combat bosses. Alright. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get the Glimmer in the opening hand there, but... still no Glimmer. Rough. Really rough. Found it. Oh, we're taking a lot more early damage here than I had anticipated. Just gonna throw those out. Great. Let's go for the heal. A frontliner there. Buff you. And is there anything else I can do here? I guess I'll give you a regen. There we go. Good reach from the Entomb's Explosive, but you can already see that I'm going to have a lot of difficulty with the rest of the bosses. Steel Enhancer makes a lot of sense. So does the regen, so does Sharpen. But we're going to use Glimmer. We're going to use Glimmer as our AoE. I don't want Sharpen. So I guess I just want the Wildwood Sap to keep my units alive. Purifying Cleanse makes a lot of sense here, but so does Molded. Molded gives me the ability to bring back the Draft. Purifying Cleanse gives me the ability to keep the Draft alive. I have to have the Purifying Cleanse on the same turn as the Draft if I want that to keep it alive, so I'll use Molded instead. More spells right now, I don't think fixes my problem. I think an artifact could help. Train Stewards are a lot better with that. 2 damage shields, 1 multi-strike. Suddenly the Steel Enhancers aren't even bad things to play on them. Maybe you play a spells in your hand that cost less. Yeah, I don't even have any spells that cost less. Sure, I'll take an advanced prototype and try and make something of it. I will take the Calcified Embers. This is going to be rough, but if I take that now and I can live with it, which is a rough proposition, but if it's possible, then I can have a very, very good run later on. Throw away a drag? Sure. Huh! Could've sworn I played that. Oh well. Could have absolutely sworn. Traf can go there. Put a Train Steward with multi-strike there as well. I guess I should Molded. No great reason not to. 35 damage to the boss as well as a better reform target later. Throw both of the Train Stewards on that floor and then start buffing the one here on the bottom. Yeah, this could be enough to carry me for a little bit. 21 health. It's really annoying. Fine. Alright, let's incant for a... get a draft back here. There we go. Start getting the draft, the steel enhancers. Boss joins the fight right now? Yeah. So if we win on this bottom floor, which doesn't seem likely, specifically due to the fact the draft is about to burn out. Ugh, that top floor is about to be a real annoyance for us. At least I'm going to draw my entire deck. As you can see here, yeah, the big problem is fighting bosses. Okay, it's molded to bring back another draft. Pop a frontliner down to protect it. Play the draft. There we go. So the draft currently does provide the damage that I'm looking for, but gosh, is it garbage at doing it. It's real slow. We would take spreading spores if it wasn't for the fact Seraph the Chase is there. I can give Remnant Pact to my draft. The only problem is then the draft comes back every single round, and I have to play it every single round. So it has to be really good to justify doing that. Plus, that invalidates, you know, all the reform that I already have in the deck. It might be necessary. Draw invalidation doesn't really irk me much at all. Fine, I'll take it. Animus of Will makes a lot of sense right now. It's a better backliner behind the Sentient. Good target for the Steel Enhancers when we don't have a draft. But do I need it? That's the extra question we have to ask ourselves at this point. Do I need it? I have, you know, obviously the Train Stewards already, as well as the draft. Both of them multi-strike targets. This is multi-strike 2, so it is slightly higher. But if I'm only got, or rather if I only have 2 Steel Enhancers in the deck, and all of these targets that are already good for it, why do I need an Animus of Will? It's not capacity. Is it energy? It could be energy. We draw a lot of cards a turn. We don't necessarily have the ability to cast as many of them as I would like. Dupe and removal. I don't know. Another glimmer. I'll take it. Yeah, sure, let's do that actually. Woken unit gives us Shattered Shell. Is that awful or excellent? So Shattered Shell being behind the Sentient. Because if I'm about to dupe Glimmer, that'll be way worse. So maybe I don't dupe Glimmer. Maybe I dupe Focus Growth. Okay. 2 cuts at both restores. Let's take a dupe to the Focus Growth or Steal it? Nah, it's Focus Growth. Between those 2 and the Glimmer, I should have enough HP in this deck just with those 3 cards. And I should be able to protect my draft, which is my killer, ultimately. And my Shattered Shell, which is my sweeper. The draft is also going to get the majority, unless I need, you know, a single pump on the Shattered Shell from a Steel Enhancer in order to get it to start getting Slayers. The draft is going to pick up all the Steel Enhancers, and in doing so, it will Yeah. In doing so, it will be really good at killing big enemies, but it will also save itself against sweep. The extra damage really shouldn't matter to me at all. This fight doesn't have sweep, so really shouldn't matter to me at all. Can't put endless on any of these. There we go, got our first slays off. Focus growth, great hit there. I would love to kill that collector, I just don't think there is any way for me to do it. So I'm just going to throw units away. Okay. First things first is draft. We don't use the glimmer. At least not on that floor. Let's do it on the top floor. Gets the kill. And then throw a Wildwood Sap here for some regen. Get an extra Dreg out. We've also set up the Entombed Explosive here. The Dreg in the front line is going to burn out this time. Then the Entombed Explosive is going to hit the Clipped Guardian after it comes up. And then one Dreg will hit as well. That's probably not going to be enough damage unless we also draw a damage spell. Yeah, it's not going to be enough damage. Another Entombed Explosive won't blow up. This one will, though. Yeah, this is only 12 that we take to that Clipped Guardian. That's, at this point, that's pretty good. Let's mold it to get the draft back. So now it has Burnout 2. Great. Let's go for a reform on a explosive and then just pop that in the front line here. Beautiful. Okay, draft went back to the top of the deck. There's draft. Off it. Health. Yeah, the draft's burnout timer at the very end being minimal is not great, but I do get to play it every floor, which is nice. I'm gonna need Wicklash in this deck. Wicklash would be a really good pickup for us. Probably none of these. Yes, no. Wicklash, Wicklash, Wicklash. Engulfed in Smoke is nice, but it actually invalidates part of what we're doing here. Intent on Death obviously is nice, but invalidates what we're doing here. The Wicked Blaze. Wicked Blaze is a really, really good way to get that draft back right now. Fine, we're not giving the draft Endless anymore. We're just reforming it constantly. We have 2 reform cards in the deck. So that Endless now, garbage for us. But we might find something for it to be good on later. Bounty Hunter, anyone? Spell upgrades are pretty good right now because Consume Removal makes the Excavated Embers wild. Cost reduction on the Wicked Blaze and the Molded are also pretty good. Is there anything in this deck that I want to dupe now? Well, I mean, you know, Excavated Ember, obviously. When's our next Merchant of Magic? Probably going for the trinkets in the next area. Next Merchant of Magic then is in 2 spaces time, right after the Dark, right before the Dark Forge, rather. Which means that it's in the 7th zone, and I've only got 1 zone after that. Okay, fine. Let's see what's in the shop. Spell Rail Spike on the final restore seems decent. Get it out of the deck. Let's negative cost a Wicked Blaze. Pretty sure there's, yeah, nothing really is a good target for the Power Stone right now. Permafrost? I'm fine. Go for the reroll. Double stack. And then a cost reduction on a Stygian Heart. So we always need to be able to play those whenever we draw them. I should probably also consider starting to purchase some cards now, although these Train Stewards are actually pretty good. It's the Dregs that are really letting us down at the moment. I'll cut one. In the next area, we have a... Oh, no, we don't have a cut two unless I go for the Merchant of Steel. But I might go for the Merchant of Steel in the next area, actually. We've got, you know, a couple units in the deck that are begging for upgrades right now. Not sending units sent with Spikes 4. That's actually fine. Means my draft dies on that turn, so I have the ability to reform it very, very quickly, very consistently. I mean, it's not fine for the Shattered Shell because all of them have Spikes 4. A whole row of them is 4 of them in front of a Clipped Guardian, so 5 total, so 20 damage, which means that the Shattered Shell would just die to that in a single swipe. So yeah, I can't take this. I'd love to, but specifically my sweep unit would die while that happened. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna pop Endless there. I play that on the top floor so that if next turn the Collector appears there we go, we get to collect it. I should probably use these to see if I can draw the draft. Good draw, though. Yikes. Ugh. Getting a lot of extra draw next turn, just no draft. Really unfortunate. It's okay, though. Draft is not considered a minion, so it doesn't come out early. Often at all. Cool. Full up on all of those floors now. No one else needs health. Great. So we'll just easily cast these two. No glimmers on the bottom line needed. Okay, first things first. Let's reform the draft. Pop you on the bottom line. Give you the steel enhancements. Glimmer the top line there, and then throw a dreg behind you. I want to put the Entomb's Explosive here, but I'm going to put it here, just so that I can get it out without having it die to the Clip Defender, which is already dead. God, I wish the draft was dead this turn. Make my life so much easier. I'm not going to... Actually, no, it's fine if I molded and bring back a Entomb's Explosive. Next turn, I'm drawing 9 cards, and now there are exactly 9 cards in the deck. I could use a Wicked Blaze, get another one. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Sower of Sorrow does have Sweep, which is a bit annoying here, but I'm going to use Wicked Blaze to bring back the draft with 3 burnout now. Top stats. Stats. I just realized my mistake. Don't worry, it happened. And that's that I didn't end up leaving myself space for the draft on the top floor. It's fine though, a unit ended up dying there to the burnout. So I still get it, but whoops. Yeah, if the draft is having trouble carrying us right now, it's only gonna start having more trouble the further we get. Yeah, I need to upgrade that draft. I need to give it multi-strike. I need to give it more initial damage. I need to give it something. What we have right now isn't working. I don't have many of my own friendly units die, so Fatal Meeting is never going to be incredible for us, and I already have the Glimmer, which is much better. I wish I could go for trinkets right now. I really, really wish I could go for trinkets right now. Large stone. Large stone is a problem. As much as I would like it to have extra health, I wanted to have extra burnout even more, but even more than both of those, I wanted to have multi-strike. Strength stone is not bad, but actually I want that on the Shattered Shell so the Shattered Shell can start growing. Okay, I'll give it +10 to the draft now. I'm not giving it endless. We're already out of that. Shattered Shell also wants multi-strike. You also want protection against sweep. Nah, but I have heal to protect you against sweep. You're not going to get swept for 13 in a single turn. That just doesn't happen. Alright, Cabins, what do you got? Well. I guess I'm going to go for the medium shard. When your pyre kills a unit, restore 5 pyre health. It's not that bad. And then cut 2 dregs. Yeah, that Merchant of Steel was a real letdown. We're probably going to have to go to another Merchant of Steel in a later area still. So this is the Rage in power, which is good for us. 48, 22. It's not enough. Is it? Wait, hang on. It's exactly enough. Yeah, that'll get the Shattered Shell to get the kill on the Alabaster Guardian there. Okay. As much as I want to kill that Clipped Guardian right now, it is probably going past. But it only gets to kill the... It only gets to hit the last shard of the pyre 2 times before it dies. Yeah, this is a big problem with this deck. The draft comes to us so late. Sure. Yeah, it's a very core problem with this deck is the draft comes to us so late and is the only way that I can take out big targets. So, oh my god, literally on the bottom of the deck. Seriously? Oh my god. Bud, guy, friend, pal, dude, that's not gonna work. Okay. Well, we probably end up dying to that Clipped Guardian, I think. I'll try everything I can to prevent it, mind. I just think that's how that one's going down. Excav Ember just gives me another Excav Ember, which might give me nothing really after that. Really? Did you have to follow the Clipped Reflector the entire way up? Ugh. Just checking. Just making sure that you had to. Let's go Glimmer. I'm gonna reform for... do I want to... fine. Nope. That was wrong. Draft on the top floor wouldn't even be able to attack. Put it down and then it dies. Okay, we get a second chance at it. Let's get the Entombed Explosive. That gets enough damage on the Clipped Reflector. The Clipped Reflector doesn't kill us personally now. Now the Master of Light is our next big problem. There we go. Take it out. Next Scav Ember for, again, probably nothing. Stealing Hearts is pretty good. Yeah, Stealing Hearts is great. This whole constantly reforming explosives just to catch units is, it's getting remarkably old remarkably quickly here. I feel a lot like I am constantly on the ropes right now. Okay. Time for our new draft. I mean, reforming the draft is really, really good. It's working as well as I could possibly have hoped. I mean, Clipped Guardian will die as it gets to the next floor anyway. So use that for the heal. Let's reform a Dreg, sure. Really have anywhere to put it, but I'll make sure that I likely draw it in the next hand. Okay, there is one reform target now, and it'd be the bomb. So I feel like this is probably my first run really going like heavy into reform. And it is impressing me, I'll definitely say that. Don't really know how long it's going to be. Really? 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 God damn it, draft. Okay, so that draft burns out this turn. Thankfully, I can probably get it back in my hand next turn. I could make it endless in order to do that. But I could also just make sure that I draw almost my entire deck next turn. If I do that, we should be okay. I'm gonna actually put a Remnant Pact on you just to get an extra card out of my deck. There's our whole deck. Great. And now I'll use Wicked Blaze to get back that draft. Pop it there with a bunch of burnout on it. Stealing Hearts, Stealing Hearts. You're dying next turn, right? Yeah, okay. The Entomb's Explosive on the top floor is also then making space for us next turn. God, this is a weird run! So, like, my whole thing is just getting... Like, how I fight the boss is I just put the draft on every floor at the end? Oh, it's good. It's got dazed as well. It's fine. It's only dazed for a single round, though. Yikes. That draft needs more relevant upgrade. There's the Bounty Stalker. All right. It's probably too late, but we do have the ability to give it endless, so I am bound to try. Extra capacity on each floor is actually starting to look a lot better to me. We already draw a ridiculous amount of cards, and many of them are cost reduced, so I'll take it. Consume removal on Wildwood Sap would be nice. Consume removal. I mean, consume removal on the Excavated Embers would also be really nice. Cost reduction on Steel Enhancer. But more than any of that, merchant upgrades would be very, 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 very important. Oh my god. Okay, endless on the Bounty Stalker immediately. Now I don't have to use the unit to do it. Great. Extra timer on the draft, just by base. I haven't got multi-strike, but... Ooh, hang on. You've got stealth, endless, and burnout 1. So every single turn I play you, you die, you go back to the top of the deck, I play you again. Okay. Okay, I'm more into that, I think. again. Not really into any of those. Let's look at the concealed cavern first here. I'll pay coins. I almost never do this. Gain 5 when a friendly unit dies. Yeah, fine. I have a lot of reform going on, so I guess enough of them will probably die to make that worthwhile, but still. Now that I got the extra space, though, from the Light of the Seraph, maybe I do take the large stone on the draft. No, because its health value doesn't matter. Its health value gets pretty ridiculous pretty quickly anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to give it the extra damage. Make it initially more impactful. I'm also going to remove... Train stewards are really clogging up the deck at this point. The entombed explosives are pretty important as well. I'll remove our drag. There's a dupe as well as unstable on the same side as the Merchant of Steel later on. This is going to be a weird one. I don't think the Bounty Stalker... I think the Bounty Stalker is perfect. I don't think it has enough time to grow. I don't think I can give my enemies armor 20 here. I think that's... you know, suicide by winged here. Not great. Okay. They've got sweep as well. And they've got sweep with Ember Drain, so I do have to worry about this. Set up on the second floor. This has got burnout 1, so it'll still die at the end of the turn. Have to find some way to take care of that Pyre Wings, because the entombed explosives aren't going to do it. I guess the next Pyre Wings that comes up here, the entombed explosives will do it. Thankfully, I still have some energy for this turn, which is very important. $22. No, the enemy still dies when he gets to the top floor anyway. It's fine. I mean, you're coming back every turn. I'll give you a buff. Start drawing 4 extra cards next turn. It's fine. I can use the X-Gab Embers as my energy here. Since that already has Endless, I'll pass this on here. Really? This is what I wanted. Wicked Blaze, obviously. I'll use Molded to get back the draft and start buffing it. Consume that to get it out of the deck. Oh god, I had a Focus Growth in hand and I just didn't play it. That was bad. That was bad. $55, that's actually totally okay. I actually heal up off of this enemy attacking me and then me attacking it back. Obviously, Wicked Blaze the draft. Put the draft down. Off the draft. Gilded Wing does 5 damage to my pyre. There. Unless I... what? Reform a bomb? I'll do that. That's fine. Because it has to be something that can damage on the top floor despite the fact that it has dazed. That Fits the bill perfectly. Not that much I can do about that top floor as it stands. Throw out a Glimmer. So the Pie Wings does 12 to us. 12? No, wait, 2. Does 8. So then it only does 3 overall because we kill it back and get the health with the Blood for the Blood. Blood for the Blood is now paid for itself, by the way. It's good enough for me, frankly. God. I really don't like that this draft is going to burn out on the turn that the bosses fought. Puts a lot of pressure on that top floor. Say that much. Especially because the Bounty Stalker has, you know, burnout. Bounty Stalker is not the solution to this puzzle. Okay, let's give you that. Really wish I could just replace these transfers on the top line right now. We could blaze out a Entombed Explosive and pop that here. You know the most annoying thing about that? Wicked Blaze is on the bottom of the deck again. That's not where you're meant to be, Wicked Blaze. I think that's all I can really do here. 25 kills the frontliner, 25 kills the next, and then, yeah, the draft, no matter how many buffs I give to it with the Steel Enhancer, is not going to be enough. Bounty Stalker would have burnt out after a single round, so it was a way worse competitor here. Yeah. That's really sad. The draft having a decent amount of its burnout left as the boss comes out was more than enough. It's just we couldn't find Wicklash, and we turned down the... One sec, I'll go to the run summary screen before I go to the logbook here. There we go. We turned down Purifying Cleanse early. Run history, where are you? Single? Yeah, single player and logbook, great. So what did we do there? What could we have done better? I honestly think, like, the draft plays were pretty good overall. We didn't find Wickless Recruitment, which would have been, very handy, but it also would have taken away a lot of avenue for buffing it. We didn't take a Purifying Cleanse early on, but I can't remember what we took over it, but I think what we took over it was more important. It actually might have been a Molded that we took over it. In fact, I think it was. So the two options that we had for increasing the burnout timer... Obviously, Hallowed Drippings is also nice, but, you know, has Consume on it. So the Purifying Cleanse, and then the other one that I was really hoping to find was Wicklash. Enhance a friendly unit with +5, and also apply Burnout 2. That would have been how I would have started to... After I'd reformed it a couple times and given it some decent stats, before the boss came in, I would have just started slapping Wicklashes on it every single turn. And that's really how we would have made it endless at the very end there. Yeah, wouldn't have saved us. The big problem was just that it was burning out at the wrong time rather than not having the ability to get it back. In fact, we had a lot of the ability to get it back. Overall, it might not have been a successful run, but I'm pretty happy with that. The Bounty Stalker was pretty close to actually going ridiculous as well. Having Endless as well as Burnout 1 means that every single turn, because it has stealth as well, it wasn't being attacked, but it dealt a bunch of damage to the front enemy liner, so it was effectively like a nuke spell at that point. And then if I had have gotten Wicklash later on, it would have been a good backline unit against the Seraph, starting to stack some Wicklash on it. Also, Lady of the Reform would have been nice at any point there as a different frontliner for the draft, and eventually Bounty Stalker over the Awoken that we ended up using. All right. Well, for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game is Monster Train. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all of my content on this game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.